All right, dude, we're freezing, we're lonely, and we're surviving. Let's head into the long dark.
I've learned to hear the difference between something quiet and something abandoned.
Nate, you and I jumped into the long dark from Hinterland Studios. What'd you think?
Man, it was cold. It was a cold, lonely experience, kind of like I said in the intro, man.
Yeah.
But it was good.
It was a bitter experience, I gotta be honest, because man, at the beginning of this thing, I died and died. Like, I got mad, dude. I was getting so frustrated at the very start of the game. And that's, honestly, I get it, because it's all about these two people coming together, and then you lose the one person in this plane crash out in the wilderness in the frozen cold. So you're out then to pick up all the pieces and survive. And I love the ability and the survivability of the game itself. I think that tactic is really cool, because a lot of games now are focused, like you can play the Ark, for example, right? Or Conan, the Exiles, where you go out and you just kind of hack away, grab some materials, come back, and then you build your base, or stuff like that. So they've taken a different experience for that survival side of things and made it that you need to get assets, you need to get cloth, you need to have a fire, because you're in the freezing cold.
And man, time is of the essence with just about everything. So if it's freezing cold and there's, let's say, a stick on the ground, if you don't have a hatchet, it'll tell you it takes 23 minutes or 30 minutes to break this down to get 3 little pieces of wood.
Well, that's
so,
it, yeah.
Just everything in this game, it's all, you gotta be very, just gotta plan ahead.
You have to plan, right? There's a lot of kind of minute, kind of little things you got, little details you gotta pay attention to, because when you leave a building, you're now out in the wilderness, which is gonna drop your cold, and now you're getting hungry, now you're getting tired, you need water, so you gotta prepare for your adventure ahead when you're progressing out within the campaign. And honestly, once I gathered my resources enough and kind of got my bearings of the game, I really kind of started to dig all these survival elements, going, okay, I gotta get this with me, I gotta prepare, I have to have food, I gotta stalk some old lady, which is kind of, we'll get to this. But you gotta have enough materials that you know if you're gonna go from point A to point B, that you're gonna be able to survive that distance and keep warm and make sure you make it there unless a wolf gets you, because dude, I got eaten.
Oh man, yeah, so the elements of this game, kind of like we said. The wolves, they're pretty ruthless, and kind of sorry to touch up on something, there are difficulty settings.
Sure.
So I put it on the easiest to kind of get that full experience without the, you know, the
headache?
Ruthlessness of the survivability of the game, because this game is still tough on easy.
I was on normal.
And
it was crushing. Seriously, it was crushing.
But like you said, once you get into the rhythm of things and you kind of figure out what materials you need to bring out with you, because weight is a huge thing. You're only allowed to carry, 30 kilograms, let's say.
Yep.
And if you get over encumbered, yes, you can walk, but you cannot walk fast, and you can't.
It's like you're crawling. There's not. You're not walking. You're crawling at that point. But the problem is, okay, I want to talk about the audio, because there's certain elements in the game. The audio is fantastic.
Yes.
The howling of the wind, honestly, it makes you feel like you're bitter cold.
Yes.
I think that was great. But when you become over encumbered with so much stuff, it sounds like I got just a bunch of pots and pans dangling around.
I kind of like that.
Oh
honestly.
man, I found it so annoying. Cling, 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 cling. I'm just like, you got really. Oh man, I found it so annoying. Cling, 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 cling. I'm just like, you got really, come on.
Yeah, you gotta. The heavier you are, the more crap you're carrying.
I get that part, but I don't have a bunch of pots and pans dangling around me.
Okay, well that's fair. I was always carrying a pot on me.
I have one pot, but it doesn't make like I got 10 of them on me. It was weird for that little audio cue. Kind of bothered me, but the rest of the game I thought was really good. Nate, The Long Dark's got a great start to it. We're 3 episodes in. The first episode we're just wrapping up on, but I found it had a slow start to the game. Once you're able to gather yourself up, even that was a bit of a process.
Oh, yeah.
And to get past that, get that sense of loneliness is great, but it was so slow just to get to that part, to get into town to meet this little old lady, Grey Mother, who seems to really just kind of drag the story along and ask you to do things to help her, which is great because that helps you explore and understand more of the world. But it's just
a little dry, honestly.
It is dry. Like a lot of time, it's really got some dry moments in there, man.
And honestly, for me, 2 of the conversations, because you don't have a lot of conversations in this game.
No.
2 of the times, my audio cut out.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't have my subtitles on.
Yeah,
so I was pretty frustrated because I missed out on an entire chunk of thing that I had to listen to. And like you know, she is very slow to talk.
Very quiet.
And unfortunately, there was just a few more kind of just janky things with this game. It's polished, but it's not.
You're on the OG.
Yeah, so I'm on the Xbox One S.
S, okay. I got the X, so I didn't experience those.
Yeah.
So I didn't have that issue. I just found the character to be a little dry
Yes.
and painful to talk to stretch out her conversation at times, right? So you're just kind of there to help her, but at the same time, I'm like, just spit it out.
Blizzard just swept through town after the power went out. As for help, you won't find any out there. You're on your own. We both are.
All in all, Nate, Long Dark, episode 1. What are you scoring this one?
So this is a little bit of a long shot, but all in all, I liked it. The
Yep.
graphics, they were good at times. The audio was really cool, and just, I don't know, the story did draw me in,
Sure.
although it did have a slow start. So 7.5 for me, man.
That's good. That's okay. It's not bad. I get where you're coming from. I appreciate the art style. The audio, I think, was probably the best part and the most that shined through this, even though I didn't like the clunky,
Clank,
overcumbered
clank.
audio. But besides that, some of the story was just long and painful to get to. So for me, I'm there with the 6.5.
All right. The Long Dark is a lonely survival, chill to the bone experience that at moments really captivates the true feeling of being alone and cold. The story unfolds slightly slow but is portrayed in a way that keeps you trotting through the dark. The audio is where the game really shines, setting the atmosphere and making this game a fun survival experience.
Subscribe to never miss a video and help us by hitting that like button.